Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic, 30 years experience. The next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2014 Chevy Equinox so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front right tire, you got about, I'm going to say like 30% tread on all-season radios. Now, down, but definitely not out. Coming behind the front right tire, first thing I want to point out, this CV boot here is full of grease, and it's important to be, if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place, and it's important because that lubricates the axle, keeps you going forward. This is the inner CV boot. Again, see for yourself, good and dry. Again, keeps keeps the grease in and lubricates the axle. The left, this is probably the right lower ball joint, critical because it holds the wheel to the steering. It is tight. The brakes, you've got about, I'm going to say, you need a set of, you're going to need pads and rotors for the front, definitely. So you need pads and rotors for the front. This is the most critical thing of the entire car. This is the right outer tie rod, and it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering. It is tight. The sway bar link, the sway bar connector right here, from there up to there, is connected and doing its job, and that is what dampens the sway when you go around the corner. So far, other than a set of front pads and rotors, that's all I see. But now what I'm going to do is just take a shot under the motor here. This is the bottom of the oil pan, and see for yourself, good and dry. This is a shot under the oil pan, under the tranny. And if it was going to leak, you'd see oil all along in here, and it's not. Another leak point is right here where the drive shaft comes out of the tranny, and it is good and dry. Now, this right here, your catalytic converter, good news, nothing wrong with it. Bad news, people reach under there with a sawzall, they go cut, and they go cut, and now you've got yourself about a $400 part. Okay, now the trouble with the cats here is that people reach under there, they go cut, and they got a couple $100 at the scrapyard, and you got about $1,000 repair. Now, good news is that if you buy the vehicle, I'm going to put a cat protection system on that's going to stop. That is going to stop people from stealing your cat, and that costs you nothing. Just if you buy the vehicle, contact me, I'll install it for you. Okay, on the front left tire, again about 30 to 40% tread, down but not out. Coming behind the left outer CV boot, again, good and dry. Left inner CV boot, good and dry. Left lower ball joint is good and tight. Definitely need brakes and rotors for the front. The left outer left outer tie rod is tight. This left sway bar link connected from there up to there is intact. The inner CV boot is good and dry, so I'm not seeing any leaks. Okay, suspension issues, leak issues, nothing so far. Definitely front brakes and rotors. Now your exhaust, to follow it down, all good. No issues with your exhaust, no cracks, no breaks. Okay, your exhaust, all good. All right, no issues with your exhaust. Now your rear right tire, again about 40% tread on all season radios. Coming behind the right rear tire, this is your right shock. Now your right shock, and these are full of oil. If it was leaking, you would see oil dripping all the way down there, and that is good and dry. The left rear suspension intact. Your left sway bar link connected from here to here, doing its job. You got about, I'd say about 15,000 K on your rear brakes. So rear brakes are okay. Okay, rear left tire, again about 40% tread. Your rear spring suspension here, your shock is at good and dry. Spring suspension is intact. Sway bar link connected from here to here. Brakes, okay. The outer CV boot, good and dry. Outer CV boot on the right side is good and dry. The inner CV boot, a little harder to see, good and dry. And the inner CV boot on that, good and dry. Okay, so in brakes about 15,000 K on your rear brakes. So brake suspension, leak-wise, everything's good at the back. Okay, with the motor running, you've got 106,687, so very low K. And no cracks in your windshield, dash looking good. I don't see any check engine lights. What I'm going to do is take you out and show you the condition of the motor now. Okay, with the motor running. All right. And with the shot of the exhaust from the motor running, very, very clean. Now, I am not hearing anything of any concern. Not surprised because it's really low K. Now, something I always do, I take off the oil cap and I take a look underneath there for any kind of sludge, and which would indicate there would be a problem with the motor, but that is good and clean. And I'm surprised because, as far as I can tell, this thing has been well maintained. So, a combination of low K, I'm not seeing any problem other than front brakes and rotors. I'm giving this thing almost clean bill of health. But like I say, other than clean rotors and brakes in the front, I don't see any issues that you're going to have with this car right off the get-go. Now, if you buy the vehicle, I am prepared to do the catalytic theft protection for free. All you got to do is contact me and I'll get her done for you. And in addition to that, I'll also put on a 10% free fuel saving device. I've done it for 20 years, never fails. 10% as long as you've owned a vehicle. Now, if this is not what you're looking for, let me know, because I'm prepared to do this kind of tech video on any vehicle you're interested in whatsoever. No cost, no obligation, because that's what I do. Because you can just buy safe with Eric. That's all. Let me know. I have unlimited sources of vehicles that I deal with, and I will give you this video, and so you'll see for yourself the inside story, make an informed decision. Thank you. Have a good one.